Raiders Retro Reviews, where today we're going to be doing something a little unusual. No board games for you tonight, but instead we're going to be looking at something a bit different. We're still going to be raiding that attic, but beyond the dusty cobwebs, the lost valley of the dinosaurs, and escape from Atlantis. We're going to be checking out pop-up books. Anyone who's seen my channel before should know I'm a bit of a fan of board games with unusual gimmicks and clever mechanisms, so it should come as no big surprise that I'm also a fan of paper engineering and clever pop-up mechanisms. And of course, I love all things spooky and creepy. So this series of pop-up books by Keith Moseley is a perfect storm for me. Now, of course, there are a lot of pop-up books with creepy, spooky themes on the market, but these really speak to my heart, or what's left of it. The illustrations are beautiful in a macabre way, in a form that's quite unusual for children's books. There's definitely a lot more blood and decapitations than your usual fare for kiddies, and that's what makes me love it so much. I was maybe a bit of an unusual child, but obviously not that unusual, since there seems to be a whole series of books for boys like me. Unlike some spooky pop-up books, which are far more cartoony, these have a realism and a grit to them that really captures the soul and fires the imagination. So, without further ado, let's take a look at one of the books. The Things in Mouldy Manor, a spooky pop-up book. This pop-up book was created by Keith Moseley and is one of a series of 4 spooky pop-up books that he did. This is one of the first 2 published. The Things in Mouldy Manor, that's this one, and The Ghosts of Creepy Castle were both published in 1988 by Carnival. There were another 2 books that came later in 1990, but this is one of the earlier ones. Beware the Things in Mouldy Manor. They'll make you shiver and shake with delight when you open the pages of this mysterious pop-up book. Frightfully clever pop-ups await you along each creaking staircase, secret passage and haunted room. Enter if you dare. Illustrations in these are really, really nice, and the mechanisms of those pop-ups. In my board games reviews and things, I'm a sucker for interesting mechanisms and gimmicks, so kind of goes hand in hand with that I like pop-up books, and these have got really nice mechanisms in them. So let's take a look. The Things in Mouldy Manor. Paper engineering by Keith Moseley, illustrations by Andy Everitt-Stewart. Welcome to Mouldy Manor. We've been expecting you. Pull this first tab and both doors open up. That is a really nice smooth mechanism, and that's really cool. And there's another door that we should open here, and there's just a ghost waiting for us. Really nice illustrations, full of cobwebs pretty much everywhere. Please come into the library and warm yourself by the fire. One of our distinguished guests is already settled there and would like some company. So here is the distinguished guest by the fire. Let's see who it is. Ugh, some kind of vampire. That's a nice mechanism. Like that you can see the glass here before he turns around, but that's pretty cool. And we've got another flap here. We're going to lift this one. Whoa, we've got a big kind of tarantula coming out from a tunnel behind that painting. This is Hugo, our chef. Hugo uses only the finest ingredients to prepare his delicious meals. I don't think I agree with that statement. Looking at some of the ingredients and things going on in here, he seems to be missing an arm, and he's got this big hook tied to his bones. That's rather disturbing. Let's see what is in his cooking pot. Nice flip mechanism there. He's got a rat in there. That's a really nice one, like that. And hopefully this is not another ingredient here. That would be worrying. Dinner is served. We hope you'll enjoy your meal in our elegant dining room. By the way, we have set an extra place at the table in case a neighbour should drop by. Here's the monster bringing the silver platter with the food on it, and let's see who's all at the table, see if somebody pops by. Oh, there we go. In fact, that seems to be our vampire from earlier who was drinking that, well, blood probably, rather than wine. And he just magically appears in that chair there. This old hag is looking rather worse for wear when she turns into a bit of a skeleton there. That's rather nice. And then lastly, your bed chamber is ready now. We hope you won't mind sharing this cozy room. Have a good night. You can see some of the things you're going to have to share it with. And he's hiding in the bed here. Of course, there's eyes and things everywhere on these pages. It's well worth exploring them. Let's see under here. We've got a skeleton in the bed with us that pops up. And of course, no spooky mansion is complete. No bed in a spooky mansion is complete without a monster under the bed. He's grabbing out. And the last thing to lift up here, there is another phantom ready to get us. And that is the Things in Mouldy Manor. I hope you enjoyed that little tour through creepdom. And if you did, it might be worth you picking up one of these creepy tomes. We'll be back next time with a look at one of these other pop-up books. But until then, please remember, like, subscribe, and put a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you, especially if you know of any other spooky pop-up books that you could recommend to me. I'll be all ears. Well, I would be if mine hadn't rotted off.